Well, my first involvement, obviously, was being sworn into the DC Bar, but my first involvement actually working with the DC Bar was as an elected member of the Litigation Section Steering Committee. I'd lived in Jacksonville for a couple of years before that, working for a nonprofit organization, and I was the chair of the Special Needs of Children Committee for the Jacksonville Bar, and did a lot of great work, a lot of great pro bono work, got some legal services for people who couldn't afford them, and I wanted to see what I could do here, so I ran for and was elected to the Litigation Section Steering Committee. And I was just really amazed by the people, the caliber and the dedication of the people who were working for the bar. Both on our committee, we had people like Eric Angel, who amazes me because he's one of the many people in the public interest law community in DC who could be doing anything. You know, he's got the credentials and the personality and the charisma and the ability to do anything, could be making any amount of money he wants to make, and he's decided to dedicate his career to helping get legal services to people who can't afford them. And people like that inspire me. And we had some great bar presidents when I was on the committee. People like Melvin White, Jim Sandman, and I'm inspired to try to follow in their footsteps and try to meet their example of leadership to the bar. So that was my first experience. I also chaired a committee just a couple of years ago. It was a joint committee, a working group actually, we called it, of the DC Access to Justice Commission and the DC Bar Pro Bono Committee. And we developed and recommended changes to the DC rules of court, rules of professional conduct, to enable people to represent people of limited means using limited scope representations. And we were done in a year, and then there were 7 years added on to that where we tried to negotiate a couple of words with people. But I enjoyed being an advocate for the profession in that way, and I'd like to do more of that if I'm elected as DC Bar President.